Hey, hello all, and I'm glad to have met all of you who have introduced yourself so far. And welcome to English 101. I'm excited about this coming semester. This video is a bonus video that I did not plan. It is just to talk about a few changes that I'm making based on what I found out this week, and also to kind of cover some of the things on the syllabus and the MLA quiz that the majority of people missed. A lot of people missed these questions. Just a few questions, not too many, just to kind of reiterate those. The first thing is the changes I've made on the syllabus. You'll notice syllabus updated. I have the updated syllabus here. So if you go click on that and download it, not much has changed. The big one is that I am changing some of the due dates around based on the fact that when you introduced yourselves, a lot of people just told me that they, work full time, and I thought that sometimes weekends would be a better time for a submission date versus during the week. And so what I'm doing is I'm keeping the complex book entries when they're actually due to the Tuesdays and Wednesdays. But if you notice here highlighted, I'm moving when you have to comment on your peers' essays or peers' entries until Sunday. So when complex book entries are due remain the same. So for example, complex book entry number 1 is due by Tuesday by 11:59 p.m. Remember, I do not accept them late. Okay, if you do not have them in by 11:59 p.m. on that Tuesday, you're not submitting it. Okay, but you still have to. Wednesday, the second entry is due. So please watch those videos by next week. So they're due. However, by Sunday, you have until Sunday to comment on your peers' essays. Now, one thing I will say that a lot of people missed on the syllabus quiz is the fact that you have to comment on 3 of your peers' entries. This is an online class. In my face-to-face sections, my students still have to do the complex book entries. So there has to be something there to substitute for the fact that you're not face-to-face in the classroom. So that's where the comments come in, okay, watching the videos. So if you notice up here, I believe it is under participation, if I can find where that is, participation on page 4 of the syllabus. I didn't have this bolded before, but your commentary on 3 different students' complex book entries. Okay, that is for participation. So if you don't comment on any of your classmates' entries of the semester, you will realize at the end that your 100 points for participation will be very little, if not at all. So everything we've done in week 1 is for participation. So if you did not submit anything yet, it's going to go down a little bit. But however, you do have a chance to redeem yourself with doing those complex book entries, commenting on your peers' entries. Okay, so that's a big thing. I also changed a few due dates for papers. If you notice down here, I changed the due date from Thursday to Sunday for the final draft of essay number 1, and I'll upload that video soon about essay number 1, which is for week 3, which you can kind of watch for the assignment sheet. But I figured give you a little bit more time to take those drafts into consideration, those comments from the peer review that you've done earlier in the week. So everything else has remained, except for the most part, if I had something due on a Thursday, I switched it to a Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesdays, they remained the same altogether. So if something was due on a Thursday, I moved it to a Sunday. I have highlighted the Sundays for the first part of the semester, so you can tell that. Okay, and I've also changed the assignment sheet on Blackboard for essay number 1 to reflect that due date change. Okay, so it's now due on the 7th instead of the 4th. Hopefully nobody complains about that 3-day extension right off the bat. Okay. So note that it was originally due on a Thursday, now it's due on a Sunday. Another big change, and I realized this once I got an email this week from Jeffco, is that I thought I had to do attendance personally, keep track of that. What I realized is I don't have to keep attendance, but you have to have something due every week on Blackboard because it's electronically keeping attendance for you. So what I'm going to do is have Blackboard be the medium for submissions for your formal essays as well as entries. Okay, so you're going to have to submit something by that Sunday night. Okay, that's part of the Saturday to Sunday. If you submit it late, it might not keep attendance. Okay, so you don't have to turn them in on Sunday night, 11:59 p.m. just by then. Okay, so if you want to turn it in early, you can turn it in early. So, excuse me, I will change how to submit that. Please don't email me. You're going to have to submit it through Blackboard. Personally, I like having you submit your formal essays through email. It's easier for me personally, but because the online environment forces me to make it on Blackboard, that's just what's going to have to happen. So that's one important thing to note. It was originally through email, so that if you got that wrong in the quiz, that was originally through email. That's what the syllabus originally said. Now your formal essays will be submitted through Blackboard. And I'll kind of repeat that when I do the essay number 1 video and then talk about the assignment sheet. Okay, so other things about, those were the really 2 things about the syllabus. Another thing about the syllabus that a lot of people forgot, or just a few people actually, it wasn't a whole bunch, is the FAQ, and I've had some people email me. I love that you ask questions. Email is fantastic if it's a personal issue, or if you submitted something on the FAQ and I haven't checked it in 24 hours, I haven't gotten back to you. So please give me 24 hours. I teach Monday through Friday, 8 to 11 in the morning, so if I wake up and I see it, I'll probably, if I'm before class starts, I'll probably check it and answer questions. If it's a question that requires me to give an in-depth answer, I might wait till a few hours later when I'm done teaching. Okay, so I am constantly going to be teaching every Monday through Friday morning from 8 to 11, so I won't be checking Blackboard or email then. But I will get back to you as soon as possible. The FAQ here, and you'll see on Blackboard, if you go over to the side, FAQ, frequently asked questions, if you submit your answers there or questions there, I will answer them as soon as possible. Okay, it looks like one person, I already responded to them. So if you have questions too, go to the FAQ first. It may have already been answered for you. And that's to save both of us time. So everybody should save time on this. If it's already asked once, it's not somebody that I already have to answer 20 times. It's answered once and there you go. Okay, so it's meant to save you guys time and me. Alright, because it's FAQ. If everybody emails me the same question, I have to answer it 100 times, and you also all have to, ask it. So it's a time saver, and we all like that. That's the personal. If it's a personal issue, you could also on the FAQ make yourself anonymous. So if you don't want anybody to know that you are asking a question, you can make yourself anonymous on there. But if it is a personal question and you don't want anybody else to know about it, please email me, okay? You don't want anybody else to know your business. But if it's about the class, please post it on the FAQ. Okay, the MLA format video, there were a few things that a lot of people missed, and I don't want to shun you guys for not knowing something. What I really do want to do is make it kind of known why these answers are the way they are. Because if a lot of people got it wrong, that means either something wasn't clear in the video or you just need more practice with it. So the first thing that a lot of people got wrong, and it's on slide 12 on your Blackboard PowerPoint slide, and you can find that on Blackboard under the MLA Format Week 1, Citations and Formatting is what the PowerPoint is called. So this is slide 12, and the first thing was no known author. So when citing a text with an author, you want to cite it with not the author, but the title of the text. So in a normal citation, it's going to look like this. You want to cite in your in-text citation, so your parenthetical citation, you want to cite the first thing that is on this citation. So therefore, if you get rid of the author, meaning if your citation doesn't have one, the next thing is going to be that essay title, which is going to be so if you get rid of this, the next thing is going to be the title of an article or the essay. Okay, so a lot of you guys chose whatever was in italics, which was the book or the journal. Okay, so it's whatever comes next. I should be able to see the first thing on this works cited citation, and it should match the parenthetical citation, whether that's the last name of the first author or the title of the essay. It can be a shortened version of the essay. So that was the first thing that a lot of people missed. If you have any other questions, if my explanation here still confuses you, please post something on the FAQ. I will be more than happy to explain it in a different way if you need to. You just gotta tell me that. The other thing, one of the other main things here, was the fact that if you have the title of, or sorry, the author's last name, if you state the author's name, either the last name or the first and last name, either or, if you state their name in the sentence, you don't need their last name in the parenthetical citation. Okay, so a lot of people were thinking about that. You only need it if, for example, in the second example, you don't have it in the sentence, or you haven't stated it somewhere around that sentence. So words were stated, you don't need to repeat that. Don't have to have it more than one place. You need it if you don't state it in the sentence. Okay, again, if you need more help or assistance with that, please let me know in the FAQ. I would be more than happy to explain it in a different way if needed, if you're still confused. Another thing, going back to this, citing with multiple authors. This was just a few people, not too many. It's just worth reiterating. I'm looking at my notes here. If you have more than one author, you would just cite, or 1, 2, or 3 authors. Sorry, if you have 1, 2, or 3 authors, you would cite their last names, all of them, in the citation. And if you have 2 or 3 authors, you would make them together like with and. So if you had Smith and Moore, sorry, Yang, 76, it would be with the and in between. You would need both their last names. If you had, say, like semicolon in between them, which was what a few people chose, that would mean it was 2 books with different authors with the similar idea. So you would just be citing 2 different books or essays with a similar idea. But if you have an and in between, it means those both or all 3 of those authors were all the authors of the same book or text. Et al. Stands for if you have 3 or more authors or editors. Okay. One other thing, just a few people forgot, really not that many. It was only a few. The period should go after the citation. So if you don't have a citation, say you cited that, or you're going to cite them in your next paragraph or something, you would have the period here. Or maybe it's a piece of dialogue and you are quoting yourself and you don't have a citation, you would put the period before the quotation marks. If you have that citation, you would, and let me get rid of this here so it doesn't confuse everybody. If you had the citation after the paragraph, after the quote, you would put the period after the parentheses. Okay, so right here. That's really about it. If you have any other questions, please let me know. Either in the FAQ, if it's personal, please email me. I don't necessarily check it 24 hours a day on the weekends. So Monday through Friday, if I'm not checking it, please let me know. Email me, say, hey, this is on there. But I've been doing a pretty good job so far of checking the FAQ, being pretty consistent. Again, it's nice to meet you all. It looks like we have people from all over the area, everywhere from St. Genevieve to me, who's in Wood River, Illinois. I'm pretty far away. I thank you all for introducing yourselves. I'm excited for this semester, for this online course. And again, most of you seem like you have a pretty good idea of what online courses entail. If you're not familiar with online courses, you're just going to have to check back every week. Okay, follow that syllabus. Time management is going to be key. Okay, thank you. This is all for this video, and have a great day.